After the death of King Saul, Israel was broken, weary, and without a leader. Yet God had already chosen a man, a shepherd from Bethlehem. The boy who once slew a giant with a sling was now ready to take the throne. His name was David. In Hebron, the elders of Judah came together. They poured oil upon his head, and David was crowned king. But for years the nation remained divided, the house of Saul against the house of David, until at last all the tribes gathered and declared with one voice, "David shall be king over all Israel," and the Lord established his throne. David's first great act was bold. He set his eyes on Jerusalem, a fortress held by the Jebusites. They mocked him, saying he would never enter. But David and his men scaled the walls and claimed it for Israel. From that day, Jerusalem became the city of David. And with dancing, music, and great rejoicing, the Ark of the Covenant was brought into its gates. God's presence dwelled in the city of his king. But peace did not last. The Philistines rose to strike Israel once more. Each time, David sought the Lord before battle, and the Lord answered. With divine strategy and courage, David crushed his enemies. Again and again, the armies of Israel triumphed. The nation that once trembled under oppression now stood strong. From east to west, north to south, David expanded the kingdom. He defeated Moab, Edom, Syria, and Ammon. Gold and silver flowed into Jerusalem. Kings sent tribute from distant lands. David's name was feared. Israel had become a mighty empire, for the hand of the Lord was with him. But David was still a man. One evening, he walked upon the roof of his palace. There he saw a woman bathing, Bathsheba. Desire gave birth to sin, and sin gave birth to deception. To cover his transgression, David arranged the death of her husband, Uriah. But God was watching. The prophet Nathan confronted him, declaring, "You are the man." David fell in brokenness, confessing his sin. The Lord forgave him, yet the sword would never depart from his house. And soon, sorrow came. Absalom, David's own son, handsome, ambitious, and proud, stole the hearts of the people. He declared himself king, and David fled Jerusalem in tears, barefoot and grieving. The rebellion ended in battle, and Absalom was slain. Though the throne was restored to David, his heart was shattered. He wept bitterly. "Oh, Absalom, my son, would God I had died for you." Years passed. David grew old, his hair white, his body weak, yet his heart remained restless. In pride, he ordered a census of Israel, and the Lord was displeased. Judgment fell, and thousands perished. But God, in his mercy, relented when David offered sacrifice. Once more, the king learned that victory did not come from numbers or might, but from the Lord alone. Near the end of his life, David prepared for what was to come. He gathered treasures of gold, silver, and stone for the temple of God. He called his son Solomon, and with trembling voice he charged him, "Be strong, walk in the ways of the Lord, keep his commands, and you will prosper." After reigning 40 years, 7 in Hebron and 33 in Jerusalem, David, the shepherd boy who became king, breathed his last. But his story did not end in death, for God had made a promise. From the line of David would come a greater king, a king whose throne would never end. And in time, from David's house, came the Messiah, Jesus Christ, the Son of David. David the shepherd, David the warrior, David the king, a man after God's own heart, whose legacy still lives on.